going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to try my best to keep this at least under an hour and 45 minutes because I do have to go to bed. Sorry for my delay. I had a little breakout going on, so I took some medicine. Another reason why I can't be on for long. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are hitting that button coming in and subscribing to the Lady Luck Club. Our goal is to hit 50,000 supporters by March 31st, which is in 30 days, which would also be my birthday. So, what better birthday gift to give to the Lady Luck in the LLC by hitting that goal of 50,000 supporters here? Thank you all so much. Let's get to this. Let's get to this. What's going on, Caleb? Yeah, I know you've been waiting, honey. I had to eat a meal. It was only I could take the medicine to try to calm down what's going on. Must have had an allergic reaction or something, but use the 225 says Marianne smoke detector cherry, so that's knowing their voice. What's going on, CC? Francisca back with us. I know you guys have been waiting. We are here. Melinda, how you doing? Nidra, don't stop. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. All right, let's get to this. First video I'm going to show because I want to make sure I get this in. I got a message on Twitter from Sifa, who is requesting that I go over PragerU's new video. They came back, and PragerU had a video. So what I'm going to do is, first off, kick this off with who do you?
So Candace is.
What do you mean? Because this is only 2 minutes long, but Sifa did want me to go over this. Dennis Prager is back with the tidal wave, and so we're gonna check that out. It's 21 minutes long, so it's kind of like more at the top. Also was sent something from one of you all about Dana Loesch, and thankfully her live stream has chapters in it because I'm only interested in the part of what she has to say about the dumb demon. So let's get into this, you all. This is Who Do You Meme? If you have not subscribed to his channel, please do so. I was subscribed. Did I get kicked out? And of course, thumbs up. He's got 40,000 views in 5 days. Please, you all, make sure you're sharing my content. Hype it up. Post it up. Let's get more traction on it because, of course, with anything that's growing, we want the numbers to grow, the people, the supporters to grow. And that's more people that are able to help put some of this information to the spotlight. So we all know Candace is a dumb demon. But we're going to check this out here from Who Do You Mean? I don't know why I don't know his name. But I love his videos. He's kind of like to the point, but he can also give both sides. And it's not a complete bashing, but he tells the truth. So put a one in the chat. You can see in here. Let's get to it.
Working on a series called The Bride of Charlie, which is a play on the Bride of Chucky title that's expected to be coming out this week. And based on the trailer, it seems to be an attack on Erica Kirk, either implying or accusing her of being involved in Charlie's assassination. And here's the thing, it will feel persuasive to a lot of people. There will be things that Candace will bring out that will look suspect, especially since Candace is controlling the framing of how people will interpret what's being shown. You got to realize that if you spend enough time seeking out evidence to prove that someone's evil, you'll find it, even if it's incomplete, misleading, or not actually there. It's the same reason why I could do a documentary on how Candace is madly in love with Charlie and the lengths that she went through to destroy Erica in jealousy. And it would also be persuasive since I would just interpret everything that Candace has said and done through that lens. But as it comes out, we can't lose sight of the fact that Erica's husband was literally murdered in front of the entire world. And sure, I can definitely understand why people are claiming that her behavior seems strange at times. And maybe Candace has some bombshell evidence that will prove her guilt. But from everything that Candace has shown so far, there's other explanations for Erica's behavior that don't involve her literally setting up Charlie for assassination. I mean, think about what that would say about Charlie, because if there was one thing that Charlie made clear to the world every chance that he got, it's that he was madly in love with his wife. So if you believe that during their entire marriage, he was conned and deceived, and he was blissfully ignorant the entire time, believing that his wife loved him, it's not only an insult to Erica, but it's also a direct attack on Charlie and his intelligence. You can't believe
Mm-hmm.
one without the other. And
Exactly.
lastly, for those of us that are
Oh
Christians,
man,
we also
you took the words right out of my mouth. I said that yesterday. You sitting here undermining Charlie Kirk. If you believe he's a genius, then why do you not believe that he could pick the right spouse, the right friends around him, the right business partners? I mean, really, he's either smart and intelligent, or he's aloof and gullible and doesn't know how to pick his friends. This is the worrisome part about, the dumb demon, where it's okay. I'm gonna have a set of complaints if you go this way, but if you go this way, I'm also gonna have a set of complaints, and I'm gonna make you look bad. And it forces people to have to respond to her. And I'm like, ugh, please stop responding, y'all. Me, I just do this for the fun of it all. And plus, Candy ass cult members hate it when I call her a demon. But it's Jesus. I mean, she is just out of control.
need
Out
to
of
keep in
control.
mind that the Bible calls God the defender of widows. We're told in
Yes,
Isaiah to take up the cause of the fatherless and to plead the case of the
that's
widow.
right.
So before we
That's
jump
the
to
Bible.
conclusions, based on Candace's series, we can ask ourselves, what context might we be missing? What alternative explanations exist for what's being shown? And am I evaluating this carefully or just reacting to a compelling narrative? Because persuasive isn't the same thing as true, and Christians,
Mm-hmm.
of all people, should care about that distinction. Now, for more on how Candace frames her information and what makes her so persuasive, click on this video, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, it
So
was
I've got a lot
awesome.
of audio.
So we got this is Dana Loesch coming up. I'm only gonna play the segment where she speaks about Candace, and that's it. Now I want to make sure, Sifa, if you're here in the chat, let me know, honey. I wanted to make sure I covered oh Lord. What was the next one here? The PragerU one. I wanted to make sure that was next. Let me hold on. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Yep, it's next on the list. So since this was gonna be short, it's just gonna be the part where she talks about Candace. Um, that's what, about 6 minutes. Then we'll go to the next video about PragerU. All right, sounds good. And Jay Witt did a fantastic video about an ex-employee. Basically she was just called a snooty booty, but very high, eye-opening, and something worthy to check out. So we'll get to that one after, I do a couple more. But let's hear what Dana Loesch has to say quickly, and then we'll get next to PragerU. Let's go.
About some of this stuff. And I don't know if I just don't really, I hate spending time on this, but apparently, so there were a bunch of
Yeah.
us that were accused of getting paid to call Candace Owens, who is a demon, because she's a demon. And I'm like, I enjoy calling demons for free. What are you talking about? But,
Okay.
and it's an organized effort. And I know the people who are behind it, but so they decided to whip out their pages. Like, look, I learned how to make a spreadsheet. And
Your
this
mama said,
apparently is supposed to suffice as proof
use it.
that we got paid by the Jews to call Candace Owens a demon. I don't need to I don't need to get paid to call a demon, just like
Exactly.
I don't need to get paid to know exactly the people that are behind this. I know who they are. I'm
It's so crazy. It's so
withholding
crazy.
mentioning a couple of them because I'm just waiting to see. They've been baited, so I'm just waiting to see. But yeah, we were accused of being paid to call demonic behavior, because it is. I mean, what other word are you going
You
to
don't need
bitch
to be paid
maxing?
for
What
that.
other word are you going to use for it? How about I say demon maxing? Is that going to be enough of a differentiation? How about
Girl.
this? How about there are enough people out there right now that are like Whiskey Tango Foxtrot? Why is this person acting like a demon? Because their behavior is so outrageously atrocious that's the word that people come together on.
Mhm.
But we're not going to do this whole thing where, oh, I can criticize everyone else, but if you criticize me, you're paid by the Jews. We're not going to do that. If you're not tough enough to be in this industry and withstand criticism of your absolutely insane commentary, then maybe you should create an OnlyFans or go back to Social Autopsy, where you were doxing conservative gamers and race hustling for the NAACP, because you need to be made of
Oh
stronger
man.
stuff for this.
Yep.
I've been insulted by a hell of a lot better. So I'm like watching all of this stuff. And then I'm like looking at my bank account going, well, where's the money then that I was supposed to have gotten paid?
I know, right? Candace, I'm going to send your ass an invoice. It's the cult members and the bots. She has yet to reprogram them to believe and know she doesn't have any receipts. And if you could muster up a receipt, a legitimate one, of someone being paid 7,000 US dollars, I don't give a damn about crypto. In US dollars, then we'll entertain that. That's if you got evidence on it. Personally, I don't see it as an insult. Somebody wants to give me $7,000, go ahead. I'm gonna spend it on bills. Speaking of such, make sure you guys, if you can, support the channel financially. Got StreamYard, Comcast, and other expenses related to the studio. So I would really appreciate it if you guys could help. Just kind of, for the little lighter things, but definitely hit that like button, drop a heart, and subscribe to the LLC. Let's get back to it.
And then someone else was asking me, well, how do you get this magical $7,000? Because that's the number apparently that Owens fans. And by the way, there started to be a campaign effort against some of my sponsors as a result. Every attempt to try to intimidate me, clearly you were unaware of my history. I will go so hard on you, you won't know which way's up.
Girl,
and I've won every brawl that I have ever been in and out of a courtroom. So do not test me.
Okay.
It's like how you don't go, you always stay wary of old soldiers, people who've been in broadcasting and since they were in their 20s and have done this for a long time. You just don't. So, I mean, it's a shame that people don't understand when you put insanity out in the public sphere, people are going to react to it and they have every right to react to it. You're not going to gatekeep our opinions and you're not going to try to suppress our speech by attacking the people who advertise on their program, and happy to provide the receipts on that at any point. But I'm doing a courtesy to some of the sponsors because they thought it was actually hysterical. They're like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's just wild, but it's all organized. It is all an organized effort to divide the right. And I mean, it's so unbelievably transparent, but no one ever has gotten paid and no one's ever been able to prove anything. And I'm really, really tired of these people like, oh, I don't like your opinion. So as a result, we're going to create a new version of Godwin's law and just say that you're getting paid by Israel.
You can't make this
That's
up.
Just insane. Have you gotten paid, Kane? Just out of curiosity.
I'm trying to figure out how to get paid. I've been Googling
get paid.
So I've heard that if you go into your bathroom and you turn off the lights, and you close the door and you look in the mirror and you say Netanyahu 3 times, a $7,000 check appears on your sink.
Holy crap.
Right there. That's what I've heard. I haven't tried it yet, but that's what I've heard. Now you can try that
guys,
out.
I gotta go pee real quick.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. I mean, I don't know. That's apparently how it happens. So, I'm just saying, I don't know how the check appears there. It's dark.
Oh my God.
But you got to say Netanyahu 3 times and then a $7,000 check appears on the sink. That was what I was reliably told.
Oh man,
that's that's it. So in case you were wondering, that's how it happens. Anyway, but there's so many things happening, and I just think it's weird for people to be so obsessive over this issue with because it's not even about the Kirks. It's not even about Erica Kirk. This is about something else. And then Erica Kirk is kind of a veneer for it. But you're watching an absolute organized effort and also a complete unhinged breakdown happening publicly. That's exactly what it is. And it's unfortunate, but this is also what happens when you promote stupid people when you invite them into the strategy room of a movement when they literally just got done being a progressive. And the only reason they even decided to switch to being a conservative is because they figured out they could make more money that way. That's what I'm saying. The right has its own DEI hires. And if you disagree with that, or if you think it's offensive, then you're probably a woke scold who created that whole idea within CRT. We're simply calling it out and criticizing it because the merit wasn't there. Your reviews actually move us up in the charts. Yes, really. So tap follow and leave a rating and write a quick review if you have a moment. It helps the show reach a bigger audience. Everyday Americans.
I don't want to hear her infomercial.
Today. Now, the Hillary Clinton depot, right, is ongoing, right? The Hillary Clinton depot.
So that was that portion of it, and I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, She made that joke that was just insulting to the cult members. But they don't have feelings or emotions, so who cares? And, she basically was like, it's hard to even want to entertain it at this point. That's kind of one of the reasons why, aside from that and what the Bible states, that I haven't watched any more of her super series. I mean, it's a bunch of gobbledygook and a bunch of words not putting together in a coherent statement. And she still can't tell us who she thinks pulled the trigger on the gun. It's like she doesn't care. So there's some people who want to say, look, we need to stop talking about her, stop giving her energy. And then on the flip side, you have people saying, listen, if we don't say something, she's going to continue to pile more on and on and on and on and on. And next thing you know, you have all of these excuses she's given, piling up. All of these excuses. So she's not going to quit. And I think the best way to get her to quit, court order, lawsuit. That's it. So that's one of the things she's saying here. You can't give somebody like that, rope or opportunity. So I appreciate her candid take on all of this. This was awesome. She said exactly what needs to be said. All right, y'all. So let me get some comments in right quick. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's 104, 110 people up in here. Please hit the like button and please share. The Candy Ass Cult members are going to come in either way, as long as they stay respectful. If not, block their asses. Be done with it. My mods will only say that once. What's going on? Okay, Kylie back. Everybody back. Thank y'all so much. Mira's back. I appreciate you. I want to make sure that Sifa, I don't know if if Sifa is in the chat, but let me. Oh, hold on. And just let her know I'm live, so she can check it out if she's still up. I think she's over there in the area where they're dropping missiles and all of that. So, just keep her in your prayers. But I wanted to make sure she was aware because she asked me if we could check out the PragerU. So that's what we're about to do. Let's see here. So far, 2 great commentaries. What do you mean? And Dana Loesch. Just nice for people to just have a heart and a brain and speak out. That's just phenomenal.
Dennis Prager is one of the...
This is the Prager video. I would assume Dennis Prager is a little bit older than these guys. Maybe he'll show up in the end. I don't know. This is about 20 some odd minutes. So we'll get through this and I'll speed it up for the sake of brevity because I really want to get in as many as I can tonight. Y'all know how it is during the week. Work. So let's get to this. This is going to be something else. I don't think I've ever heard anything from PragerU, but this is going to be new for me. Miro says, sorry for greeting everyone with Klingon. Just track with Candace, the alien. Candace, you dumb heifer. All right, y'all, let's get to it. I'm just trying to scroll through some of your comments as it plays. All right, put one in the chat where you can see it here.
The most respected and influential thinkers, writers, and speakers in America. He's a nationally syndicated talk show host. He is the founder of Prager University and is a New York Times bestselling author of 9 books. And he's a man who's been through a lot. But most importantly to this audience, as you all know, he was a dear friend and mentor to Charlie Kirk. And Dennis, welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. It is an indescribable honor to have you.
Oh, I'm delighted to be with you. I'm delighted to be with you because you're you, because it's TPUSA, and because I'm delighted to be able to speak.
Yes.
Be perfectly honest.
Yes.
For those who don't know, I had a catastrophic fall in my home on November 12th of 2024, which left me paralyzed from the shoulders down and not breathing, without a ventilator, and not speaking.
Yeah, if I get the $7,000, I definitely will. So you can get all the ice cream you want. Oh God, I'm just waiting on it. In the meantime, the Candy ass co-members, since they're the one pumping everybody's head up, go ahead and just hit my cash app. That's all I'm saying. Child boo. Don't be shy. They let Miss Snow raise $140,000 and all he did was lie like hell. Can't make this up. All right, let's get back to it.
And here I am having an interview with you. So you can imagine for all those reasons. And finally, I just might note, when I watched the funeral service and other memorial services for Charlie, and I heard all these people describe themselves as Charlie's closest friends, I thought it was a great credit to Charlie. Like kids who think, they have 5 kids and each one thinks that they are the parents' favorite. The parents did a good job. Charlie did a good job, but I would just like to remind everybody, or maybe they didn't even know it. So remind might not be the actual verb. And that is that his last book on Shabbat, on taking a day in the name of God. Yep, there it is. Stop in the name of God. By honoring the Sabbath will transform your life. It was dedicated to me. Charlie wrote a beautiful dedication. Charlie called me, I would say, almost every week for at least 5 or 8 years. And he would call after listening to another tape of mine on the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, with questions. And
man, he has a drastic look between then and now. What's wrong with him? Is he sick? Good grief. Is he sick? Does anybody know? Hey, Uncle Mo, I see you up in here. Don't be shy. I know. Is he sick or anything? Can anybody tell me? Oh yeah, we're gonna check that out, Jen. He's paralyzed. Okay, he had a car accident. I just wanted to make sure. Oh wow. Oh man, that's tough. Okay, let's get back to it.
The whole idea of Shabbat came from our interactions. So, I'm supposed to promote my book, but here I am promoting Charlie's book.
Well, no, it's a beautiful, beautiful testament to your guys' friendship. You shared a deep, deep bond. And we are going to get to your book, which is titled, If There Is No God, The Battle Over Who Defines Good and Evil. And the fact that you're even coming out with a book, Dennis, is a miracle and a testament to your character and your fortitude and your strength of will. But I want to read Erica Kirk's endorsement of the book. I think it's just so beautiful. And it's a bit long, but I'm going to do it. She says, this book is a treasure to me. Dennis was more than a mentor to my husband, Charlie. He was a dear friend and one of the few voices who played a role in encouraging Charlie's moral courage. The two of them shared a rare bond blessed by countless conversations about faith, morality, and what it means to live with conviction in a world that has lost its compass. Reading If There Is No God feels like sitting at the table with both of them again. It carries forward the very message that both Dennis and Charlie lived, and Charlie died believing, that without God, there can be no good, and without truth, there can be no freedom.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. It meant a great deal to me that she would write such a thing in the midst of her grief and her battling people who want to destroy TPUSA. I have never encountered something like this effort to hurt a beautiful institution from people who supposedly are on our side. It's I don't know if it's unprecedented, but I can't think of a precedent.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I always tell people what God has unleashed, man cannot stop. And so we walk in great faith and great courage. And the movement is expanding. It's growing. Charlie's legacy looms large. I can tell you here at HQ, but at all the chapters, Dennis, that are exploding. It's not just, we're opening 50 new chapters a day, but they're not just 2 or 3 kids. We're talking 10, 15, 20, 50 kids, 100 kids. Some of these chapters are thousands of students large now because of the life and the legacy that Charlie left behind. And And you are a huge part of that, Dennis. And one of your most famous questions, which relates to your book, of course, is it's a famous one from your days on the radio. If your beloved dog and a stranger are drowning, who do you save first? This became a incredibly famous question. It's also sort of a starting point for this book. Please explain.
That's right. I've actually been asking this question for 50 years. 50 years, and the results have been the same throughout those 50 years. I would ask high school students or college students if they loved their dogs, which everybody who has one does, and a stranger were drowning and their dog were drowning, who would they try to save first? I know that they would all love to save both and so on, but they have to try to save one first. In virtually every instance, cut across economic, racial, religious lines. In virtually every instance, 1/3 of the group said they would save the stranger, 1/3 said the dog, and 1/3 didn't know what they would do.
Wow.
2/3 of Americans over half a century would not say that they would save the stranger. And that led me to the whole supposition of the book.
Wow.
That what they were doing is substituting emotions for values. I love my dog is an emotion. Humans are created in God's image is a value. That's why I would save a stranger before my beloved dogs. My wife really loves our dogs. I only love them. She really loves them. And she would save a stranger first because she believes that people are created in God's image. Animals are not.
Yeah, I really want to drive
Wow.
home for anyone who is a more recent listener or just didn't know how important your moral guidance was to Charlie when he would think about moral questions. Andrew, he would mention this in private. Dennis says this is how Dennis used this problem. He really looked up to you for moral reasoning like that and for framing things. So many things that you would say and we would hear him repeat on campuses because you have that great way of distilling like that difference, using emotions instead of values and the subtle differences between them. I want us to play one of those clips just to illustrate that. We have Charlie citing you for a moral question, 487.
I learned this from the great Dennis Prager, who says, stop focusing on intentions, focus on the actions. It's a much better way to judge whether or not something is right or wrong. Intentions, as I've said before, and there's a video that went viral, the Nazis thought they were doing good. They convinced themselves that they were doing good, when in reality, they were doing some of the greatest evil in the history of the species.
That's very moving to me, obviously. I don't know if either of you know this. Charlie visited me in my hospital room, and he brought a copy of the transcript of his book.
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know, it never occurred to me,
of course,
that I would not see Charlie again.
Man,
it broke my heart on every grounds.
Well,
yeah.
Dennis, even in the aftermath of Charlie's assassination, I mean, your subtitle, "The Battle Over Who Defines Good and Evil," and you think about, I would say the vast majority of people reacted as you would expect and hope, and to the tragedy and sadness and horror and shock. But there was some voices that reacted in glee, in celebration, and I can't help but think of your subtitle in that book as the perfect distillation of why the battle of who gets to find good and evil matters so much. 1 minute in this segment, Dennis.
Well, if humans determine what is good and evil, then you can have moral inversions where the Nazis are good guys and the Jews and others are bad guys. You have that now in the Middle East, where all of a sudden the Nazis of our time, the true Nazis of our time, Hamas, are the good guys. They're battling colonialism, and Israel, a democracy, which 1/5 of its citizens are Arab Muslims who thrive there and who supported Israel by and large in this war. Israel is the bad guy. We are living in a morally inverted universe.
Wow.
Moral inversions because of secularism and losing track of God's value system and design for our lives. Charlie loved this country, and he loved
That
partnering
was
with
awesome.
organizations that truly stand for what makes America great. One of our most
Make sure. Okay, I don't miss anything.
of pain, as C.S. Lewis said, how does your book answer the question of why a supposedly good God allows for so much suffering and evil in the world?
I've dealt with that all of my life, and I have so much to say on it. I'll try to be concise. All right. First of all, people need to deal with that issue before tragedy strikes in their life. If you start thinking about that question, only once you've been hurt, it's too late. I, for whatever reason, was preoccupied with the problem of evil from my high school days. So I dealt with it before I was personally hit by the tragedy that I am currently living. All right. And therefore, I already had answers. I'll give you a great example. A woman called my radio show many years ago, said, I just want you to know, Dennis, that I always vehemently disagreed with you on capital punishment. I was opposed to capital punishment, and you were ardently for it. Well, I've come around now to your point of view. I'm for capital punishment. And I said, why? She said, because my brother was murdered. So, of course, I offered condolences. But then I said what needed to be said. That I said to her, hey, wait a minute. So when millions of other people's brothers were murdered, you never asked the question. And she agreed she had never asked the question before.
I'm trying to see if he does address anything with Candace Owens.
Religions and reason. And that is that a natural evil, if you will, cancer of the undeserving. You're right. We don't have an answer to that. I've read book after book by theologian after theologian. There's no great answer to the question, and therefore, we have only the answer at the end of Job, where God says, "Where were you when I created the world? Do you know why eagles make nests?" In other words, we're like puppies as compared to human beings in our ability to understand life. When we compare us,
just fast forward it.
But I think God, in my case, God allowed gravity to and lack of friction to take its course. Well, what was he supposed to do? Stop it from happening to me? And I wrote this stuff decades before what happened to me.
It's remarkable. And I know one thing I think about, I know Charlie had wanted to do his Sabbath book even before your accident. I know he was planning it, but I also recall after it occurred, I know that really motivated him to make sure that was his next book that he would work on. And it moved him to complete it quickly. I don't know if that offers some solace to you or not, but I know Charlie drew some inspiration. He really wanted to get this Dennis inspired book because he knew, maybe you wouldn't recover, and he wanted to make sure that he would be able to carry on your legacy as well with his own work.
That's true.
Now, I know none of us expected this, but we're glad that I guess you could return the favor. You are continuing Charlie's legacy. We're trying to continue Charlie's legacy.
That's right.
After what happened.
Yeah. And I dedicated my book, which is coming out now, If There Is No God, to Charlie, as it happens, which I would have done anyway. But now it was to Charlie's memory, which I still, to this day, I find that almost as unbelievable as my paralysis. Charlie Kirk is dead. It's this vibrant and incredibly young man. It's.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a reality that we confront every day, and we still have his seat open here in the studio, Dennis, and we'll never fill it. And but it's a comfort. I didn't realize how comforting it was going to be for me personally to talk to you, Dennis, and to see you doing so well. I didn't know what to expect when I saw you, and your mind is as vibrant and as alive as ever, even if your body's rebelling against you. And
okay, I want to go on to the next one. This is Mira, okay, and I didn't want to make this live any longer than necessary. So hopefully Seafood was able to see that. We did go over it, and he made some good points. They didn't talk about Candace specifically, but just the concepts and the responses they were given, could be applied across the board. So definitely food for thought. So shout out to Seafood for wanting to do that. I try to make sure that I at least bring in at least one video or two that you guys have recommended, and that was pretty good. I don't know what happened with him and Candace. Did they have some issue falling out or something? That y'all let me know. I'm thinking Linda F says great work. Yeah, Mira is up next, you all. And she is absolutely hilarious. Caleb said Dennis Prager has a lot of wisdom. He certainly does. She's going to be the next big grip that's out to be popular. Who's going to be next? You talking about Candace? She's going to be the next big grip that's about to be popular. Are you talking about Mira K? Child. What's going on, Mira? Let's see. LLC, remember my email last month? A video link where the old Candace was interviewing Mr. Prager. Yes, I've seen that. I have seen it. And they talked about, Israel and, of course, anybody that didn't care for Israel or whatever. They just, same old thing with Candace, except it's on the other side of the coin. So she's absolutely disingenuous. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button. And let's get to Mira, because I want to get a couple more videos in, you guys. I want to make sure I have, some of this content that I can check out and react to, because many of us are in agreement. Candace is a demon. Let's go.
We were done doing content about Candace Owens because she's such a despicable, revolting human being that it just kind of made sense to me that the whole world saw that and she would back off. She'd just back off. She'd stop. She'd be done. She'd understand that there's no point in trying to prove to the world that she is the world's biggest grifter. But apparently that's not the case. And now she's going after Erica Cook, and not going after her a little bit, like every now and then insinuating in a video that she's really jealous of the fact that Charlie fell more in love with Erica, but actually going after her, a whole series trying to expose the bride of Charlie. And it is despicable. It's just so sickening. I mean, the hilarious thing is that in the video that was released yesterday by her after a trailer that she was so excited to announce, one of the main allegations that she has is Erica has relations with a Jew, or not relations, that's wrong, but she's a relationship with a Jew, so maybe she's actually Jewish. Just kind of wrapping all together this massive anti-Semitism, Jew hatred, Erica Cook conspiracy. It's sickening. But the good news about all of this is that there are many, many, many people coming out against her. Like, it's not just Ben Shapiro at this point, but we're going to see what Ben Shapiro had to say, because I think he does a great job at reviewing not just the trailer, but just how degraded and revolting this entire thing is. But more and more people have just had enough. I mean, come on, Candace. Like, I know you wanted attention, but this is it. You have now officially stepped over the line that nobody ever will accept you as an intelligent, knowledgeable commentator again. It's just finished for you. You're just gonna have to go into writing, I don't know, fake novels or sci-fi or something along those lines. Anyways, let's watch what Ben Shapiro had to say, because I think he puts my feelings into words. And if my feelings are not clear enough, I am disgusted and revolted by this entire saga. Anyways, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm Ira K. This is The Pushback. We are pushing back against the narratives and asking all the questions that you're asking yourselves, like why it is that nobody's really talking about this in the way that they should be. The situation is so insane. And the truth is, just a PSA, I didn't show any Candace footage today of my own because I've decided that I just will not give her any more attention from the perspective that I will not be going to review her actual content and give her more money.
Right.
It just can't
Yeah,
happen
I
anymore. And I
can't do it.
recommend that you all do too as well.
Thank
The
you.
reason we decided to make this video is because when you don't call out evil, you enable it. It's that simple.
That's
and
right.
I know that it is giving it more attention, and I've debated with this a lot, but I cannot watch evil and not say something about it. So that's the point of this video. We're going to review Ben because Ben's not evil. Ben's wonderful. And we'll watch that footage, and we are not going to give Candace even a second or a cent more than
Very
she's
good.
already making out of destroying the bride of Charlie Kirk's life.
Sick and evil, Candace Owens has now released a trailer for her new series attacking Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk,
I mean, you wouldn't believe it.
and truly troubling.
Mm.
Candace Owens, as you may have heard me refer at the top of the show, is an evil, twisted human being. Now, the reason I say that today is because Candace has spent the last several months attacking the widow of Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk. It took her just a few days after Charlie's sick murder in order to start casting aspersions at Turning Point USA, people who work there all the way up to the highest levels, up to and including Erica Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing that very, very quickly, and she's been doing it for months. I mean, truly for months. I mean, yesterday, she came out with something that she had announced she was doing, which is a series. This is a trailer for a series, a teaser trailer, that is titled Bride of Charlie, which is supposedly now an expose on the evil, nefarious, predatory nature of Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, who again was shot in the neck, not by some sort of vast conspiracy involving French intelligence and Egyptian airplanes,
Just shot in the
but
neck.
by a trans-loving gay man who is a furry. That is the actual story. And because Candace Owens is either going through the throes of mental illness or because she is a sick human being, or both,
Mm-hmm.
she has decided that she is going to turn her fire on the widow. Don't believe me? I know.
Crazy
Listen, there are a lot of people who listen to Candace. She has a huge audience. This is what she does. This is who she is. She's a conspiratorial, evil person, because that's who would do something like this. A conspiratorial, evil person. Now, the only reason that I'm playing this trailer is so you understand the extent of the evil that Candace Owens is perpetrating here. Because obviously I do not wish to promote her propagandistic horror that she is now pushing on a grieving widow with small children.
By the way, this is a debate that I think a lot of political commentators are having right now, and YouTubers especially. It's like, is this one of those things that you just don't say anything about and you let it just die out? And you let it die out? And there's a big part of us, I think, that feels that way. Yeah, just don't even talk about it. The thing is, however, when there is evil at this level and you don't denounce it and you don't make it very, very clear that you're siding with Erica Kirk and you know that that's true, at the end of the day, that is enabling Candace. And it's this constant question, are you promoting her by talking about her, or are you enabling her by not talking about her? I don't yet know which side I'm on, but for now, I just can't watch this and not say anything, and I think Ben feels the same.
The entire purpose of this is so you understand what Candace Owens is and what she is doing. I have to show you this thing so you understand that I'm not exaggerating, that I'm not making it up, that the thing that I'm saying is a thing Candace is doing, because otherwise it would be kind of unbelievable. I get this all the time with regard to Candace. I get it with regard to other personalities too, but what happened to her? Does she really mean this stuff? Does she mean the kind of stuff that she says? Take her at her word. Here is what she is doing. Here is the trailer for
maybe she doesn't.
hot
She's a
garbage fire of nonsense conspiracy mongering defecation.
Okay.
Here's the trailer she just released for her series of attacks. It's going to be an entire series of attacks on Erica Kirk. Again, she's been retailing and implying and basically saying out loud a lot of this stuff on her show for months. 4 months. People cannot claim that they were ignorant that this was happening.
Yeah.
They know it was happening, and they let it go. We'll get to them in a moment. But here is the trailer that she released yesterday.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building after being shot at Utah Valley University. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. I didn't get to go and testify. I know, man. I forgive him.
Take your time.
Erica Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited. Describes her husband's funeral as the event of the century. Merch, hats.
We have 50,000 plus hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone leaves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists, the prime minister of Israel, all lied through their teeth about Charlie Kirk.
Her operation was in Constanta, the epicenter of Romania's trafficking scandal.
Weird conversations to have with a 15-year-old. I'm going to touch your butt. $8.6 million to their own shell company. What is going on? We have nothing to hide.
Oh, he
My
got
aunt
hit
used
with
to
a
tell me never do
cease and
something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
Oh, it's so disturbing.
I mean, doesn't that make you ill? Doesn't that just make you ill? I feel ill. I feel ill watching that. I can't believe she did it.
Why?
So that's what Candace Owens has been spending her days doing, and millions of people, of course, have been watching her as she's been doing this. Apparently, she has been calling Erica Kirk a lesbian pedophile grooming a 15-year-old.
Yeah,
She
man,
is suggesting,
so
of course,
crazy.
she has been suggesting for a while that TPUSA was complicit, if not in the murder of Charlie Kirk, then in the cover-up of the murder of Charlie Kirk. This is the stuff that Candace Owens has been doing, because Candace Owens is a true vampire.
Yep.
When it comes to conservatism and the conservative movement, she finds prominent people, and then she grifts off of them, and then she does more grifting off of them, and then she grifts them until she's done grifting them, and then she moves on to the next thing she can grift off of. Truly sick, truly evil. You lack for words. There is a biblical injunction.
Yep.
For those of us who actually care about the Bible, there's a biblical injunction in Exodus 22 that you ought not to oppress any widow or orphan. Now, the reason that I focus in on this is because aside from the fact that Candace drives huge numbers through slandering people, truly slandering them.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Erica Kirk absolutely should sue the living hell out of Candace Owens for this sort of stuff.
Yes. 100%. Thank you.
The reason I bring this up is because there's been a wide and vast silence by people who should have spoken out about this months and months and months ago. In fact, some of us were calling this out from the stage of TPUSA in December. Here's what I had to say about Candace doing exactly this thing. This is back in December. Okay, it is now nearly the end of February, and the same people who I suggested were silent then are silent now.
Yep.
He's talking about obviously the Megyn Kellys and the Tucker Carlsons, etc., who are out there trying to prove that Charlie is, their best friend, and they really support him, and they, they're not anti-Candace because Candace is, maybe she has a point to what she's doing, and maybe she's trying to defend, and she really is on the side of Erica, and all of this rubbish that we heard from Megyn Kelly, we heard from all these different personas who have just not said a word now. They just haven't really spoken about this at all. And it's very, very interesting to see and poignant. It's important for people to remember that when you have evil and you don't call it out, you're making a statement. Megyn Kelly right now, who stood up and said, look, I've never seen Candace Owens going after Erica. What have you been saying? And Ben Shapiro, he's the real problem here. He's making enemies out of me. These Jews, they're making enemies out of us. We're just trying. Look at what happened. Now, I want to speak for a second about the whole Erica Kirk thing, like her being this grooming lesbian thing, which is just so insane, all the way that she mourned. First of all, you can never judge how somebody mourns because every person mourns differently. But something that you often see with people who are mourning is that they try and take on the thing that the person who died, their thing, whatever they cared about, they take that on themselves and they get so mission driven so that they can feel like that person's basically still alive and not focus on the fact that that thing is now missing. It's clear as day that's the way that Erica's mourning, that she saw Charlie Kirk's baby, Turning Point USA, the thing that she very much built with him. And she said, that's the thing that we have to focus on, getting the attention, selling the stuff, being able to build out Christianity more and more and more. And she just went all in on that. And that's being judged. That's being judged. And instead of people saying, wow, what a sensational human being, that instead of disappearing into her house and crying and never being seen again because of her loss, she's actually saying, I am not letting Charlie's legacy end. I am pushing for it. I am continuing for it. That's what Erica Kirk was doing. And that's the way that she's mourning. Yep. And she'll crash at some point. She'll have to. And everyone will see it. But what she's trying to do is to keep an entire nation of supporters uplifted and strong and going. And Candace Owens is just spitting on that every single day. Look, we've said a million times. Candace Owens was clearly in love with Charlie Kirk. I mean, yes, that's a speculation, but it's pretty clear, I think. She was in love with him. She hated Erica from the very beginning, and now she's just got a new thing to jump on. It is evil, and it is disgusting. But the biggest problem here is nothing to do with Erica and the fact that her life is being besmirched in front of a million people, or even the evil likes of Candace. It's actually the conservative movement and the people who have stayed silent in watching this. That is where we have a real problem. That's where everybody's going to have a problem. Because if you watch evil and you stay silent, then you are complicit. And that's the entire point of this video. Do we want to give more attention to Erica and to Candace and to all of the saga? Not really. Like, let Erica do her thing, let Candace do her thing. But at the end of the day, if we don't say something, then we're no better than Megyn Kelly, who's sitting silent after having defended Candace. And we're no better than Tucker Carlson. And we're no better than any of these personas. And I'll tell you that much. I want to be better than those people. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Right on, girl. Okay, here's the video that Jay Witt premiered about 8 o'clock, and there is a former, like a co-worker or something to that extent that this podcast, and I've only seen this once, but dude was spot on. All right, so let's check this out. Shout out to Jay Witt, my brother in Christ. Yeah, I have just been sitting here listening and absorbing, and one of the things that I'm really happy to hear is that you do have those that are going to stand up no matter what. and it shows that there are other people that love Charlie Kirk, and it wasn't just Candace Owens. Although she's tried to alienate him after death, as if no one was his friend, he wasn't married, he does not have 2 kids. She's trying to reshape his legacy and his life as if it were a situation where he married her. You can't make this up. She wants to be the keeper of everything. No, ma'am. Can't be a keeper of nothing. Who pulled the trigger on the gun? You would think her slow behind would be able to tell us that by now. It's been 6 months. So shout out to Jay Witt. Let's get to this. Let's get to it. Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you so much.
Hey, grace and peace, everybody. We back up in the building. We're here. Hopefully you're having a great day. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. We're going to look at a young blood who actually used to work with Candace. And I think his story is really interesting. So I wanted to bring him on. Shout out to Dom Lecrae over there on X, holding it down. Check that brother out. I'll make sure his link is down in the description as well, so you can tap in and see.
So what do you think about Candace?
Talking about. Whoa, hey there, slow down there, that little Sparky. Yeah. So he was on an interview, on a podcast rather, with a couple other brothers. I know that this is the young blood that used to be on Fresh and Fit. This is
Gary. Oh, email me what you get.
I forgot his name. He'll mention it in a minute. But I thought it was insightful. So let's check it out.
If you guys have information that you want to just share, I don't know if no replies here, but the information we showed in the video yesterday, in the live stream yesterday, I actually did post that up and asked a couple people in this group chat to send that over to Gary with Paramount Tactical, and I got a response back that they had sent to Gary and to Bronson, and he's another good one. It's who else? Yeah, I think it was those two so far, and hopefully more people will. Oh, and Edie Lowe, I think she was in the chat as well. So a lot more people are going to start picking this up and just kind of going in when it comes to Candace's relatives. She truly acts as if this is supposed to be one-sided, and that's not how it works. I don't know these gentlemen's names either. I don't even know what podcast they was on. I see Maverick Approach. So I don't know. I've never seen them on YouTube or anything, but hey, you never know. All right, let's get to this.
Greenhouse in chat, you can hear.
So what do you think about Candace? I want your thoughts on her.
I used to work for her. I was state director of Lexington.
You used to work for her.
I know that.
Oh wow!
I was. Did you come here with him?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that part.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. So that's 2021. After I did January 6th, I joined Blexit in April. I became her state director.
You're part of Blexit. Okay.
Yeah, I became state director of the year like 2 months after, bro. I was just
That's
really
crazy.
Good. I got awards. I still got a trophy at my house.
What the?
Yeah, but I worked with her for like a year.
I wonder is it worth it?
She might. I don't.
Keep it a bean.
She's not what she's seen, bro. She's not. And the whole story with like Charlie Kirk, with Erica, she wants what Erica has for the most part. And there's a lot of history behind the scenes between her and Charlie. But I can say,
did he knock it down?
Candace, yeah, I'm unaware.
Okay,
but
allegedly,
I can say like, man, she Charlie,
Wait a minute.
I'm saying, well, Charlie, Candace knows what she's doing. It is up, man.
Hold on. He said, "Can you knock it down?" Did y'all see? Did y'all hear that? Maybe I'm missing something. What is that? Do I need to go back? He said, Can you knock it down?" Or is he saying like, "Can you break it down?" You can't make this up. I'm glad people are speaking out. Okay, Mira said, yeah. I'm so glad people are speaking out that actually used to work for her. And watch the candy ass cult members try to go after somebody because he used to work with her. He would have more experience with her than all of the candy ass cult members because he was able to get to know her in person. So I would value his opinion of her over any cult member any day of the week. Can't make this up. So let's get to it.
Sorry, it is what it is. I gotta call it out. So, like, here's a small example. At Turning Point USA, one of Candace's main things that she was saying is that a student was like somewhat mourning, and they asked them to recollect their thoughts. News asked them, "Hey, what happened? How long have you been working for Charlie?" This was like 10, 15 minutes after he got shot. Now you see a group of Turning Point USA people strong on him, so you can't talk to the media, no talking to the cameras. Candace Owens dedicated like 20 minutes of her show to this scenario. completely disingenuous because this was part of Turning Point USA. Part of Blake, they all have the same contractual obligations. It's a 501c3, not allowed to talk to the media, no matter what happens. Not allowed to talk to politicians. You think the regular viewer gonna know that?
No.
No.
So I also think it's interesting. I like how he approached that. I also think it's interesting.
Yeah, me too. He said nothing. She said nothing about Candace. Said nothing about having an NDA or any agreement with TPUSA. And I was wondering all the time she says, "Yeah, I need to put me on your payroll for PR." I was wondering if she actually was like, "Look, if you're gonna have me under this NDA, you might as well pay me to do something." That's how I took it as. Because I know they're not gonna let her on their payroll. But the reason for her asking that is what now? Aside from that and money. And I don't know if you all noticed, but I retweeted rather. Someone had posted up the amount of money she made from all her videos. And you're talking about going back 6 months. And the numbers steadily drop. I'll pull it up after this video, but the numbers are going down. I mean, the idea that she could get, $50,000-$60,000 in one day is, oh man, I'm praying we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But it speaks to how much money she's generating off of this. And she pretends like numbers don't, exist in this reality. What's mathematics? This is coming from the clown that doesn't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. Told y'all I was gonna rub it in her face. She's getting high 5 to almost 6 figures per episode. You all will see. And when her cult members come into the chat saying, well, she has more likes and views and blah, 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 and blah, 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 they're confirming our point because they're stalking her 24/7. Of course, they will know, but they confirm our point that she's doing this for views, clicks, likes, and money. You don't need to reiterate how many views she received or how many subs she has if it's not about that. But they're not smart enough to know that. So they continue to copy and paste the same old dumb comments because they're idiots.
And Candace makes a lot of hay about a situation. She makes a lot of fuss and then just disappears. It just goes away. Where did it go? So I think this is a great point, man. I like how he did that. Let's go.
That she's doing that's intensified that times 10.
Seen it.
I know it. I'm people game. I'm like, come on, Candace. They legally can't talk. It's a 501c3. If a 501c4, they could. But they'll do that to any nigga. They're gonna strong. If they find out you talking to the media, they're actually gonna pull you aside like they did with him. But she's making it seem like it's conspiracy. And whenever she's wrong on something, she doesn't admit to the audience that she's wrong. She just doubled down on something yet again.
This is right on
so
the
she's kind of like, to me, ruined her investigation because it's disingenuous. And every time that something is wrong, instead of her saying that she's wrong and correct it, she'll claim that, oh, I really got him mad today. I mean, it's absolutely insane, man. When I went to the Charlie Kirk funeral, when we got back.
When it came to Miss Snow, that was her whole thing. Why are you all just, y'all flailing all over the place? Everybody's losing their mind. Everybody going insane. Why y'all so mad? It's stupid stuff. That's her way of trying to pull away from the situation because she knows she's came in and made a complete mess of it all. If she had not talked beyond that little dedication video she did, if she would have left it at that and just talked about anything else, it was, one could say she was more genuine about it, but no, she kept hammering it in every single day, and the videos got dumber and dumber. And now she's doing a series on Erica Kirk. And Erica Kirk, if you don't sue her, I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna drag you, but you're gonna hear your name said out of my mouth a whole lot more. And I'm gonna make sure you get my videos. You're gonna have to sue her and issue or get a judge to issue a protection order against Candace. Because she's crazy. She's on the verge of snapping because no one believes her. She doesn't care about the cult members because she expects them to believe her. And no one are going to take her serious. And then, of course, she's going to go out and do something to try to get more eyes on her. Who's to say that she wouldn't want to go out and do harm or inflict, harm or danger upon Erica Kirk and these kids? I hope she sues and gets a protection order. It's beyond enough. Beyond.
The first thing she did is said, "I think they're talking about me." Like,
so what
She
was that
brags
meeting about
about
when
it.
she went to go see Erica Kirk allegedly?
they met face to face.
Okay.
And for the most part, I think Erica Kirk was letting her know legally that what position Candace Owens was in, and I think she gracefully asked for her.
Yo, he just confirmed it. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. I am so happy to hear this. Y'all, he is speaking like I have nothing to lose. I am so glad he said this because that was the first thing I said when I did the video about those two meeting up. I said, I really hope that she is doing this as a way to say, listen, we came out, we showed you evidence, we debunked your nonsense. So anything you do after this will be considered malicious and defamatory. And you knew exactly what the truth is because we came out here to you and told you to your face. I really hope Erica Kirk recorded that call or that interaction. I really hope she recorded it. Besides, how would they know? Like if you wear some glasses or something when it's got a little camera in it. I do believe they make glasses like that standard. Get one of them pair of glasses and get something, you can record and be able to plug into a computer and get up. Man, shoot. I said that. I said, man, I hope she's going out here either to, say I made an attempt in good faith before I have to take your ass to court. And to try to at least help her understand this is going to lead to a lawsuit. And then next thing you know, the cease and desist were out. It took a few months, but then they dropped them. And now it's okay. You've done all the formality that you didn't have to do. Go ahead and sue her. Just sue her. So I'm so glad he said this. I'm so glad he said this. So that means my theory on that was spot on. Because I said either way, she's either getting, like she's going out there because this is just the next step to filing a lawsuit, and they want to be able to prove in court that they made some sort of attempt in good faith to do that. Or it's a complete waste of time and I don't know what else to say. So it sounds like she did that as a legal strategy. And that's so good.
Just trying to let off of it.
Yes.
And Candace chose to do what she did when she got back.
Sue her ass.
Not to say this isn't going to go without lawsuits. Candace is pretty tactical. She understands the moment that Turning Point USA attempts to sue her, it's going to look like Candace is the right one.
Right.
They're the wrong ones trying to sedate out the truth. At the very top, that's what they're dealing with. They would love to serve her.
Let me tell you how dumb that is. Because when you go to court, because Candace thinks she's so smart and has all the power. At the very least, you can get discovery. And guess what? That's a civil matter. All those court documents will be available to the public. If Candace is telling the truth, why would she be afraid of a lawsuit? Why does she make it seem as if it's unpatriotic or un-American to sue her dumbass? Why would she be scared? Same thing with the Macrons. She whined and complained and cried about that for days. Still does. Lied on them saying they trying to, take her life. All this stuff. And for what? Not only is she doubling down with Erica Kirk, she's also doing it with Brigitte Macron. This is a pattern of behavior. So they need to stop caring about how Candace or her cult members feel and do what the hell they need to do and file that lawsuit.
They would love to, but they just know the optics right now and Candace taking advantage of it. But she's taking advantage of
She's gonna take advantage
an unaware
of it either
crowd
way.
for clicks.
Right.
Some stuff is like, okay, you cooking, but some stuff is like, deep down that this is this way because of this. This is this way because of this.
And listen, that lawsuit, when it goes to court, she can get a jury demand and everything. Candace's perception of anything would be irrelevant. Her cult members aren't the jury detail. They're not on the jury. So it'll be irrelevant. Who cares? There's no pleasing them anyway. Either way, you cannot please the dumb cult leader. You can't do it. So you might as well sue her. And then, hey, listen, here's some ammunition, help you out. Since you want to see and throw attention, let me give you something to cry for. Is this lawsuit. Enjoy. So, I'm just glad to hear that she went out to Tennessee as a legal strategy. But they need to stop caring about the optics. Stop sitting here stalling because the timely filing limit is going to run out. And she deserves it. She has it coming with this lawsuit. So go ahead and do it.
Yeah, they can't
And
respond.
they made her rich. She got rich because of Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reveal it, bro. Look, Charlie Kirk owned Brexit.org 5 years before Candace had it.
Damn, really?
He owned it. Yeah, it was so she never owned it. It was Charlie.
Oh, that's
Y'all-
crazy.
I know
Because they
that.
can't have this white dude. All right, come on now.
Oh,
Don't let me get into it, bro.
Put a one in the chat if you knew that. I researched information on the tax forms. Did y'all know he was the owner or whatever for like 3 or 4, what did he say, 5 years? Did anyone know that? Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm just trying to go back to see the caption. Look, Charlie Kirk owned Blexit.org. Let me play
5
this.
years before Candace had it.
5 years before Candace had it. Why hasn't that dumb Brandon Tatum said something? Did y'all know that? I don't see a couple of people. Hold on. Hey, Gary, how you doing? I emailed you a video about Robert L. Owens Jr. Okay, cool. We'll check it out on. I do want to go live tomorrow, but it might not be a long one because we're trying to save some of these great videos you all are sending my way for Tuesday, where we have Albert Lanier, who's going to be our guest, and we're going to definitely talk about Candace and Umar. So I'll make sure I get the video and then play it on Tuesday, and it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're gonna have a good discussion, and I'll be able to play that video because that kind of ties into, one of the topics I want to discuss with her, and of course, her parents, the genealogy, the many investigations going on about Candace because she out here playing around with Erica Kirk. So that'll be a good, video to pull into on Tuesday. So thank you so much, honey. No problem. So a couple of y'all took 2s and 1s. So you knew that Charlie Kirk had Blexit.org 5 years before Candace? I didn't know that at all. Unknown says she can get a court order against Candace to keep Charlie, TPU, and Erica out of her mouth. And if she mentioned her, that she could be fined. She could be fined heavily. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's part of like getting that restraining order. If you violate the order of the court, then you can be held in contempt of court. So her paying fees will be automatic. Plus, she could, of course, risk the possibility of going to jail. Whether it be 30 days or 3 weeks. I don't care. Give us all a little break. God. I told y'all Candace comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Mira says her eyes are trying to escape her face. That's what I know for sure. Oh, man. That's what it's kind of like, I had no idea. So now it makes sense. Because think about this. He had it 5 years before she had it, which means that I highly doubt that it ever went into the negative, right? So if he gave it to her, why was she spending $500,000 in 1 year on security detail? And I highly doubt that Charlie Kirk did not say something to her about that. Because if he's looking for efficiency with TPUSA and all the subsidiaries, why would he give Candace Blexit only for her to have it, 2 good years? 2 good, maybe 3, almost 3 years? And then end up having run it in the ground by 1.72 million. It was in the red when TPUSA took it back. They were in the negative. So that could have been another reason why he wanted to get rid of her. He saw that she was hemorrhaging this type of money like this, giving herself an absorbent amount of money because she was being paid through through Blexit. So let's say TPUSA was still funding it as a major donor of some sort. She still pulled $250,000 a year, from her salary with Blexit alone. It wasn't a huge company or anything like that. Nowhere near TPUSA. So why would you go out and spend money frivolously knowing that Charlie Kirk had this 5 years before you? And if we look at the tax documents before he gave it to Candace, I don't think that there will be any issues with the finances. I don't think there will be a problem with, like having reasonable security. She spent $553,000+ for it. So I'm sure he looked at that and was like, oh no, So basically they took it back and they probably bought her out of it. Like gave her some money and say, you know what, let's take Blexit back. We'll give you some money. Then you can do whatever you want to do. And I guess that's when she started all these podcasts. Because I don't blame Charlie Kirk. Get her ass up out of there. That girl was hemorrhaging money in 1 year. It was only operable for like 2 or 3 years. He had it for 5 years. Gave it to her. Think about this. He had it for 5 whole years, no issues. Gave it to her with some money in it already. And then by the end of the second year, going into the third year, she's already ran that in the ground. They're in a whole deficit by $1.72 million. And she spent stupid money on things. She put down an LLC, Olympic Media, that was connected to Parlor Inc., another failed business with George Farmer. Charlie had to know that that was what she was doing. And I can guarantee you all, just picture this. He calls her into the office. She sits down. He says, look, I see a lot of money coming up missing with Blexit. And then she starts screaming and yelling and going back and forth, not letting him get a word out, just over talking him and yelling and all the stupid shit. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to have to let you go. Because why would you keep someone when they have proven that they are they're either irresponsible or she is sincerely retarded? Ben nailed it. She is retarded. She doesn't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. She drove Blexit into the ground by negative $1.72 million and had the audacity to try to go after what's that? Black Lives Matter, BLM. I don't think she went after them because she did, she was trying to be ethical about things. No, I think she wanted to take down BLM because she was jealous of all the money they were making. Now, granted, I'll say this, in fairness, the CEO or the president over there at BLM and whomever else was in on that scam where they were buying houses and getting all this money, yeah, they deserve to be in jail. But if you remove those out the equation, what you have left is still something that's functional. So it seems like she targeted BLM because 1, it was like a punchline. And then 2, let's get rid of the competition. If BLM is to Democrats this kind of group that they kind of represent, I guess, then Blexit would be that, I guess, opposite version of that for TPUSA and the conservatives. So that's what I think it is. And on top of that, let's not forget she was using Charlie Kirk's credit card to book tickets to go to the UK. You can't make this up. Also, she can go out there and meet George. Would have been like, hell no, you paying for the trip yourself. Control the narrative. Why Candace overtalks people? Exactly. So now it's starting to make sense as to why Candace was fired from TPUSA. He had it for 5 years. He gave it to her He considered her a friend to where he felt like she would do well with it and do it right. She didn't after almost 3 years. And then he hemorrhaged money and allowed an LLC to get $284,000 in 1 year now. That went to another LLC connected to Parler Inc. That you have to understand that might have been a huge slap in the face. He gives her a chance to actually be able to own something. And look how she handles it. Look how she runs this in the ground. Because she's all about money. If it wasn't all about the money, she would have did the right thing. She would have found reasonable security. She wasn't the main attraction over there at TPUSA. Charlie Kirk was. So you couldn't live their lifestyle. She's like a 10-year-old. You get some money in your pocket and it just burns a hole in your pocket. You got to go out and spend it. The way she handles money is reckless and irresponsible. And I'm sure Charlie Kirk told her that. And he probably had to let her ass go because of it. You're not going to be up in here. I gave you Blexit. You run it in the ground. And now you want to see him make it seem like you were entitled to do that. Get your ass out my office. So that would be a better reason as to why they fell off. Because that was kind of one of my lingering questions. Like, okay, what really happened for those two to just kind of disconnect? So it seems like it was over that Blexit transaction where he saw how much money she was losing and hemorrhaging. And he's like, oh no, you're not gonna embarrass me, girl. Nope. So now it makes sense. It makes sense. You can't make this up. Oh my God, you can't hand over your business to no squatter. Candace is out here taking advantage, like the other, what was that? The Charlie Kirk show. It's like they said, man. It's like you gave her this little mini empire to help her out. She got rich, just like this guy here said. She got rich off of the conservative movement and the Republican Party and off of TPUSA. They gave her a whole business. And look how she returned the favor back then. Probably could not even provide any expense reports or receipts to justify giving her security detail over $553,000. That's a lot of damn money. And that's just for 1 year. So she had to get on somewhere. She had to. This is something else, y'all. Let's get back to it. I just had to kind of put things in perspective because now it's starting to click.
Damn, really?
Really?
He owned it. Yeah, it was. She never owned it. It was Charlie's.
Oh.
That's
Woo,
crazy.
yeah, he
Because
got
they
like
can't
the-
have this white dude. All right, come on now.
Oh,
Don't let me get into it, bro.
We got some scandal up in
I know
here.
what really happened. I was at the very top, bro. Like I got all the secrets. I know what happened to King Face. I know all that. Like I know what happened to everybody. I know all the truths. And she's pretty disingenuous with a lot of stuff. Out of all celebrities I met in my life, Candace is the biggest bitch. And
Really?
I mean, even with Big Ramaswamy, she went on the tour bus.
What he say? He called her the biggest bitch. Oh my God. I know Deacon doesn't like the profanity, okay? But over here, listen, sometimes it's just gotta come out. You gotta prove the point. Man, he said Candace is the biggest bitch. Oh, let me go back. Oh my God. He's telling it like it is. I don't think she'll be able to debunk him. He said, I have all the receipts. I know all the truth.
Celebrities I met in my life, Candace is the biggest bitch. And
Really?
I mean, even with Vivek Ramaswamy, she went on the tour bus with Vivek Ramaswamy. All the other people were asking to take pictures. Candace, she'll stay at the front of the door. She won't touch her audience. She won't take pictures with them. That's why you don't see Candace take.
To the candy asses. She won't even touch you. I hope you all see this. This is why I said the cult leader never cares about the cult. She won't even touch you all. Funny how she was able to grab some woman's behind and then get pictured kissing on another woman. But yeah, the rest of y'all, no. Oh my God. So now she's acting snooty booty. How you gonna act bougie and claim you from the hood? Knowing damn well she's well connected. How do you act bougie? Care if you don't kick rocks, Candace, you a dumb demon.
Swami, all the other people that ask them to take pictures. Candace, she'll stay at the front of the door. She won't touch
That's
her audience.
disgusting.
She won't take pictures
That's
with them. That's why you
crazy.
don't see Candace take pictures with the crowd. You're not obligated to.
Wow.
But she's extremely arrogant. I remember we had a volunteer
Yep.
come down to Blexit that worked from Alaska. Flew all the way down from Alaska, did it all for free.
That's
She's
crazy.
a volunteer for our Chattanooga event. The foreman that got Candace Owens coffee asked for her to possibly just see the woman for 12 seconds. And she said, if they're coming from Alaska to volunteer to see me, then they coming with the wrong intentions. Like, she wrong? No. That's some bad shit to do.
What?
Wow.
These are the people that's doing it for free. These are people that believe in you, and you're not even legitimate. Your shit's owned by a white man.
So they came down, took a flight to meet her, and she said no. This is how she treats her supporters that are actually going out of their way to spend time with her and to see her. Are you serious? I think both parents abandoned her. Mom was deaf and alcoholic. Had to be something. Y'all, this is crazy. She wouldn't even take photos. And she wouldn't even mingle with her own supporters. This person caught a flight. Y'all, oh my God. Candace, you are soulless and heartless. She is mean and cruel. Talking about a mean girl. This is why I want to interview those classmates she accused of those racial video voicemails or whatever it was. I want to interview them. I have a feeling she lied like hell. And because she had a relative that was in the NAACP, I'm sure because of him, they did her a favor. Now you all see how it's starting to make sense. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat, y'all. We're not going to be too much longer. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand how this is not making sense. This is insane.
Come down to Blexit that worked from Alaska. Flew all the way down from Alaska, did it all for free.
That's
She's
crazy.
a volunteer for our Chattanooga event.
Alaska.
The foreman that got Candace Owens coffee asked for her to possibly just see the woman for 12 seconds. And she said, if they are coming from Alaska to volunteer to see me, then they coming with the wrong intentions. Like, she wrong? No. That's some bad shit to do.
Wow.
These are the people that's doing it for free. These are people that believe in you, and you're not even legitimate. Your shit's owned by a white man. Like, you didn't come up with that idea. Shit, your husband.
Wow.
Come on, man.
So those text messages that she leaked, are those true? Like the text messages between her and Charlie Kirk?
They're true. Yeah, they're
Okay.
true. But look at the years. Why that nigga wasn't talking to her 2 weeks before he died? 3 weeks. Me and Fresh, you can find if something happened right now, they're gonna tell him.
Yeah.
That shit is not 5-6 months ago, bro.
Yeah.
So that's
Years ago. Come on.
It's months. Most of it is months, but most of the text that she's sharing is years ago.
Gotcha.
Wow. Most of what she was sharing was years ago. Now y'all see why she didn't put time and date stamps on most of it. Right here, he is not lying. Because we can literally see all these text messages she's posted up. 98% of them were missing date and time stamps. Because she didn't want people to think that she had not talked to him, months leading up to his death. They weren't friends. They weren't cool. And he said years. That's plural. It's got to be more than one. So let's just say for the last 2 years, they hadn't talked or anything. That would have a tremendous effect on the relationship. So for people to keep running around talking about, oh, she's doing this for her friend, they were not friends for at least 2 years. She didn't even bother to call him or email him or bring him on her show. Nothing. No olive branch, nothing. Like Dave Rubin said, she sat down over chicken parm and just dogged him out and talked about how much she hated him and couldn't stand him the whole time for a good hour. Now you have someone else saying the same thing. She's arrogant. She's narcissistic. She's a spoiled brat for no damn reason. And George Farmer still proposed to her out of a lavender marriage. In a lavender marriage, and she's taking it out on everybody. You can't make this up.
I mean, right now, you're gonna tell him.
Yeah.
That shit is not 5-6 months ago, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Years ago. Come on.
It's months. Most of it is months, but most of the text that she's sharing is years ago.
Gotcha.
She went on
years
rants.
ago.
Tim Pool knows. Tim Pool ain't no liar. Tim Pool said this. He's heard. She's told him personally that she hates Charlie. That she was trying to destroy Charlie.
Wait, Candace said that?
Yes, that's what
Really?
Tim Pool. That's coming from Tim Pool mouth.
Tim said
People that know on the inside, they got a lot of disdain for her because it's like, man, you've been disingenuous on the world stage, man.
Oh,
It's
shit.
like because the people, they don't have this data, so they're going to view it as the worst. Even like the Fort, whatever shit happened with the Fort.
Hakatua.
That didn't come out. Yeah, it didn't come out as green as possible, or even with the with the planes, the Egyptian planes or something that came out down, and she just moved to something else.
She just moves on.
She
Brother
moved to something
cooking.
else. She claimed that her life was threatened. Well, that was they came out to be a lie. She was at Dolly World, chilling out at
Brother
Dolly
cooking.
World with fans. She claims that people were trying to kill her. Why are you at Tucker Carlson Christmas party?
It is mighty ironic how she at Dolly World or Dollywood. Is it Dollywood? I think it's Dollywood. She was at Dollywood chilling out with I only saw one fan. I only saw one fan actually post up a photo. Have y'all seen any others? Did she take other photos with other fans or anything like that? Yes, it's Dollywood. Okay. NAACP has a lot of power with liberal colleges. Many have fake degrees, AOC. Look, she got the power of the NAACP to help her get that $37,500 settlement. So for some reason, in her world, they're useless until she needs them. Because, where were the conservatives that, at all when she was sitting here talking about I've been racially profiled? That girl only became a conservative just to get rich because she had already blown it when it came to her stance with liberals and anything else because of that damn doxing website. Y'all, this is something else. And she out there with her kids as well, taking photos with other people. And I only saw one. This is so crazy, but said she had a death threat from a whole president of another country. This girl is a demon. Candace, the devil is a liar, and so are you. Man, this dude is awesome. Oh my goodness.
They came out to be a lie. She was at Dolly World, chilling out at Dolly World with fans. She claims that people were trying to kill her. Why are you at Tucker Carlson Christmas party?
Exactly.
Like, it's a lot of
Common
that's just
sense.
not true. And I'm going to let people enjoy it or enjoy the show because it's content. She's doing her job. She's entertaining niggas. But bro, she has to answer to her own morality at the end of the day. And it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, and it should be in a court of law. Because it's not a show when you're sitting here making people targets and they get death threats. Does he not know that? How can I get in touch with Dom? Anybody know his YouTube channel? I want to bring him on over here. Because I got a lot of questions. See, the things, and I'm not saying he's trying to defend her, but it has to make sense from start to finish. I don't see how this is a show at this point when people are actually catching death threats. And I think one of you all emailed me saying there was Moki sent me an email about a shooter in Texas. It says here, I don't know if you have seen the reports yet, but the terrorist attack in Austin, Texas was a hardcore supporter of none other than Candace Owens. It's being reported everywhere currently. Her rhetoric is dog whistling and activating the crazies to commit violence now. Not only is Erica in real danger, but she's now endangering us all. Man, this is what I'm saying. So you can't call that show just a show. You can't say that's entertainment. No, that's like a slow picking here. And the more she gets in this cult base, the more invincible she starts to feel. That's why I don't try to convince the cult members of anything, because they really have no point to prove to me. But yet and still, this girl just putting on a show for public relation. Don't care if Erica Kirk, the kids, anybody get hurt, harmed, have their lives taken, none of that. And we saw yesterday from Graham Allen, who said the same thing I've been saying for months. She needs to get a protection order against Candace. Erica needs to get a protection order in place against Candace. And hopefully this video will kind of spark that conversation. And I'm going to tweet this to Erica Kirk myself. Girl, if you don't get a protection order against Candace, don't give her the benefit of the doubt. Ignore Megyn Kelly and Brandon Tatum. They some punk asses that are scared of her. Man, this is crazy. What's this guy's name? Do y'all know the guy that's talking? Dom Lucre? Hey, Saint, how you doing? Hey, everybody. Hey, C-Star. I'm so sorry if I didn't speak. Hey, Information Man Show. I saw your show earlier. Well done. Well done. Thank you so much for stopping in and showing some love. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button as well. It says here, K-Whit mentioned his channel at the end. Okay. All right. Because I want to make sure you subscribe to Don on YouTube. I would love to have an interview with him. He's got a lot to say. Oh my God. Let's see. Artie Troll talked about that. Yeah. I really want to interview him because this stuff like this, I'm gonna tell you something. If I could get one of the mods to please drop Information Man Show YouTube channel link as well as Dom Lucre. Yes, please drop those 2 YouTube channel links in the chat. And if any of you are, content creators, please make sure you, especially if you're a mod, please drop your YouTube channel link in the chat. You don't even have to ask. Let's get you some support. Y'all, this is something else. Dom Lucre. Ooh, I want to interview him. Period. I probably should say that out loud because then when I say stuff like that, then I get beat to the punch by somebody. No, I want him. I want him on my platform. I want to interview him. Oh, it would be great if I could get him in tomorrow. Oh my good God. He's awesome.
You dropped a video and audio of Erica Kirk celebrating some sales after Charlie's death. You think that's right to do?
I think what she did, I think it's ugly. I think it's demonic to do that because at the end of the day, bro, if you
look, I think it's demonic to do that. Only demons do demonic things. Demons do demonic things, and yet they think people are being paid to say that. What the hell for? The same candy ass cult members that will not leave a super chat or super thanks sit here and accuse me of being paid to call Candace a dumb demon. I've been calling her that for months. Everybody else seems to be catching up. When you're a trendsetter in these things, you don't have to wait until someone else starts saying it. I've been saying that all along. You could go back a good 3 weeks into any of my lives on Candace, and you will hear me call her a dumb demon from hell several times. Either that or an alien or Ewok or a dumb demonic alien. I've used all of that. So I've been saying that for free for weeks. Child boo. It's demonic. What she's doing is demonic. And only demons do demonic things.
the whole video, there's a lot of parts of Erica actually being upset.
Oh,
She's in a compromised situation. What is Erica to do? If she cries, she's a fake crier. If she smiles, she's happy the nigga dead. It's nothing that she can do because that narrative has been set against her. It's nothing she can do. She was literally processing her emotions throughout the video. You're going to laugh, you're going to smile, you're going to be proud. Maybe that's something Charlie dreamed of. Like, this is a person trying to process their emotions. It's a human being trying to act like they're more than that in front of the world, bro.
Yeah.
She's trying to make the right choices with the world watching and people taking advantage of it. Our party, and the problem I have with this is our party. Democrats, say what you want, attack her, do whatever you want to her. That's your position. That's what you're supposed to do on the world stage. But our party is so quick to attack this woman instead of trying to get the clarity behind the scenes. Why is Candace doing this in front of a monetized audience? You're Candace Owens, the most important black conservative in America. You can get any answer you want.
Yeah.
I mean, she is. I mean, well, for one, I did look into the threats before Charlie Kirk died. So there was a threat on her life from a guy who I believe was from New Jersey, in the New Jersey District Courts, a year to the date, September 10th, where this guy actually threatened her life. Do you know about that?
Yeah, but also, and I hope he brings it up. How many threats were on Charlie's life?
Right.
She did have a threat. There's nobody arguing against that. But how many threats were on Charlie?
But see, here's the thing. Y'all recall Candace speaking about this in excess? Because she didn't ever mention this. She only talked about a death threat from the Macrons. When did she start talking about a death threat from somebody else before Charlie died? And mind you, they were not friends. Charlie Kirk and Candace were not friends. They had not talked in years. Is it Fresh and Fit? Who's Fresh and Fit? I have no idea. Thank you so much, Saint. I appreciate you all. That's Dom Lucas' channel. I am going to reach out to him because I would love to interview him. Oh my goodness, he's awesome. And here's Information Man Show. Thank you so much, IMS, for showing up and supporting us here in the LLC. I did see some of your live. Like I said, I need to finish it, but I wanted to get this one in before I went to bed. Let's see. I believe that was early 2025. So she said nothing about that. Do you all recall her talking about that? No reply. Said Candace says she got a weird feeling and pulled her kids out of school a couple days before Charlie Kirk was shot. She pulled her 0-year-old, 1-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old out of school. Wow. But it wasn't because of the death threat that she got earlier last year, though. It was just a funny feeling after he got shot. I don't recall her talking about anything with that before he got shot. I'm just trying to, like, what the heck? Why wouldn't she just bring that up? But yet and still, though, how serious are you supposed to take it when Candace herself never filed a formal complaint? She never filed an email complaint. She never went on the website and filed a formal complaint. She never went in person to do a formal complaint. So what do you expect the FBI to do if you're not trying to actually report it? If it didn't even come up and she doesn't talk about it, who would know? But it's mighty ironic how she is all of a sudden in fear of her life from the Macrons because she got sued by them. Y'all, this is something else. Soon as she waits till Charlie Kirk passes away to say, oh, I've been getting death threats, as if this is all about her. She's out of her mind. So really, the point he's making here is a moot point. It is irrelevant to the fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated in front of national television with a bullet and a gun. And she pretended to be so upset, saying she was going to find out, do some research on who might the real shooter be. And she never got around to that because she doesn't know. And she's just been stringing along and just pushing along with all this other dumb stuff because she knows she will not be able to say who the actual shooter is. She's not asking any valuable questions to help her get the answers to that. She's not doing anything. This is crazy. So I don't want anybody to get death threats because, you know, there's small kids in her house. But why isn't she bringing this up? Why didn't she show evidence that she went to the FBI about this? Unless I see evidence, it didn't happen. Period. That's one thing I learned about Umar the Oompa Loompa and all that fiasco going over there with Marianne Lorian. I'm not trusting nothing unless I see the evidence on it. So if he's saying that she received a death threat, okay, where the documents?
Charlie's live. Let's go. Great video.
Someone said this guy's going to defend it. Look, people idols ain't what they seen. Why was Candace on that Israeli website? That modeling website, bro. Why?
What?
Why?
Yo.
Everyone knows.
What modeling website? Why am I just not hearing about this? What modeling website? Are you serious? Y'all hear that? She was on a modeling website? Did anybody know about the modeling website? Oh my God. Exactly, Francisca. If she didn't report it, then she lied like hell. Once again, another lie. Somebody trying to, you know, it's a death threat somewhere. We don't see any documents on that. She never even mentioned it. She was on the modeling website. Candace? Okay, honey, you know how much I've reported on her since? Okay, I'm gonna have to go back. I don't know why that's escaping my memory. Ooh, child. Candace. Okay, we got you. You on a modeling website? Okay, cool.
At the very top, they know it's real. Why would you? No one. You want me to give you those answers? What about his husband? His husband, her husband, is attached to the whole Brexit thing.
Okay.
It's that random that they got them linked with Brexit. George wanted to buy Parler. Parler said, "Fuck off! You ain't got no ties to the conservative movement. We're not letting you buy this. You could be a raging leftist, and you're not from America." Nigga, married Candace Owens. He got that shit in a few weeks, and then guess what he tried to do? They tried to add Ye. Ye didn't like the deal, and he somewhat started beating with George over it. These people aren't what they seem. I mean, even her husband, man. Like, I actually got proof that could ruin that nigga life. Like on some real. I can show y'all my tapes.
So
I got proof about
yeah,
the nigga that.
isn't he from? Okay, so he's from the UK, and I know he's from some prominent family.
Friendly
Right?
loaded,
Yeah,
friendly.
Duke of England. He's yeah.
Got you.
But you know what's crazy about creators as well? Like, I go through this as well. On camera, they play victim. They're like, oh yeah, I'm better than these people, or I have all the info. Then it's like, hold on, I know you, bro. I know you're capping. Like, why you capping to them? Just be honest.
Yeah,
So I couldn't imagine him being that close to them. Like, yo, listen, this is the real people here. Oh, we hate on them. No, I know them personally.
Yes, bro. It makes you look like it's like.
It makes you look like a hater.
You do.
And I'm
So
like,
you
bro,
should be
like,
quiet.
I know them more than you think. No.
Right.
Like, why they label this shit? Like,
And the way that the chat started attacking me, that's why niggas. So I want the chat to just use me as an example.
Yeah.
This is why niggas don't speak. Oh, that nigga defending Erica. Okay, if the narrative is set for you to be against Erica, it's brave for me to even sit here and try to give her some type of lead.
Let me go back a little bit because my sound in my headphones went out. I don't want to miss any of this. This
I mean,
is so
even her
good.
husband, man. Like I
Hold on, let me go back a little bit more. Okay.
Paula said, "Fuck off! You ain't got no ties to the conservative movement. We're not letting you buy this. You could be
Wow.
a raging leftist,
Wait,
and you're not from."
how much did I miss?
So, I hope he brings it up. How many threats were on Charlie's life? She did have a threat. There was nobody arguing against that. But how many threats were on Charlie's life?
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah.
I had to go back.
Someone
a
said this
little
guy going to defend. Look, people idols ain't what they seem. Why was Candace on that Israeli website, that modeling website, bro?
bit.
Why? Why?
Yo, I can't believe
Everyone
it.
knows it's real. At the very top, they know it's real. Why would she do it? No one. You want me to give you those answers? What about his husband? His husband, her husband, is attached to the whole Brexit thing. It's
Okay.
that random that they got them linked with Brexit. George wanted to buy Parler. Parler said, "Fuck off! You ain't got no ties to the conservative movement. We're not letting you
Wow.
buy this. You could be a raging leftist, and you're not from America." Nigga, married Candace Owens. He got that shit in a few weeks, and then guess what he tried to do? They tried to add Ye. Ye didn't like the deal, and he somewhat started beating with George over it. These people aren't what they seem. I mean, even her husband, man. Like,
He beefed with George Farmer over it. George, oh George, come out that closet for a second. What kind of beef did you and Kanye West have? You know he can beat your ass, right? Priceless. They got into a beef. Now that would be interesting. I mean, hell, why not record that, Candace, and put it on your channel? Oh my God, they got into a beef. What was over Twitter X? Yo, this is crazy. What's the name of the modeling? We talking like fan only or only fan? If that's kind of modeling what we talking about Victoria's Secret. You found it? Email it to me. Y'all, this is something else. Oh, it's called Explore Talent. There you go. The name of the modeling website is Explore Talent. But y'all peeped that it was Israeli. It was like an Israeli thing, right? Oh my God. Yeah, the modeling website it's Israeli. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Yeah, why was Candace on that Israeli website? So that's the same one. Explore Talent. Y'all, you can't make this up. I believe Candace is hiding the fact that the trans community is threatening her. Brigitte McCone facts. Child, Explore Talent. That agency collected the data on 100,000 children and didn't report it. What? Are you serious? That's disturbing. Oh my God.
modeling website, bro. Why?
Y'all,
Wow.
crazy.
Everyone knows it's real. At the very top, they know it's real. Why would she do it? No one. You want me to give you those answers? What about his husband? His husband, her husband, is attached to the whole Brexit thing. It's that random that they got them linked with Brexit. George wanted to buy Parler. Parler said, "Fuck off! You ain't got no ties to the conservative movement. We're not letting you buy this. You could be a raging leftist, and you're not from America." Nigga, married Candace Owens. He got that shit in a few weeks, and then guess what he tried to do? They tried to add Ye. Ye didn't like the deal, He somewhat started beating with George over it. These people aren't what they seem. I mean, even her husband, man. Like I actually got proof that could ruin that nigga life. Like on some real. I can show y'all.
Oh my God, I need to interview him. Put up the proof that can ruin his life. I wish the hell he would. If he don't want to put it up, I will. Why is he holding on to that? Oh my God. Oh, that's so good. He said, I got proof that can ruin his life. George, is it about you being in the closet or you being accused of essaying another grown man? You know, what's the deal? If it's related to that Bullying Down Club, this is why we already talked about that, because now the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Candace, I think you just as caught up, if not worse, into this whole thing than you put on. And because you're, inveterate liar, I don't have to believe anything you say. This is crazy. Bro, please post up whatever you got on George Farm.
Damn.
So
I got proof about
yeah,
that nigga that.
he's from he's from the
I'm working on
UK,
it.
and I know he's from some prominent families.
Apparently
Right?
loaded,
Right.
apparently.
Duke of England. He's yep.
Got you.
But you know what's crazy about creators as well? Like, I go through this as well. On camera, they play victim. They're like, oh yeah, I'm better than these people. Or I have all the info. But then it's like, hold on, I know you, bro. I know you're capping. Like, why you capping to them? Just be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I couldn't imagine him being that close to them. Like, yo, listen, this is the real people here. Oh, we hating on them. No, I know them personally.
Yes, bro. It makes you look like it's like.
It makes you look like a hater.
You do.
And I'm
So
like,
you
bro,
should be
like,
quiet.
I know them more than you niggas know.
Right.
Like, why are they level with this shit? Like, for
And,
what?
and the way that the chat started attacking me, that's why niggas. So I want the chat to just use me as an example.
Yeah.
This is why niggas don't speak. Oh, that nigga defending Erica. Okay, if the narrative is set for you to be against Erica, it's brave for me to even sit here and try to give her some type of leisure.
Right.
I must know something to be confident on it, but people, it's not the answer that they want. So I'm
Let me tell you something. He must know a lot of things. And I barely hear her go after him. Have y'all ever heard Candace go after Dom? I want to interview him. Oh, man. And Gary, tell somebody, your Paramount Tactical, if he ever see this, I am overdue to be on your show, bro. I mean, for real. Oh, my God. Y'all, he would not be doing this. He would not be doing this if he didn't have sufficient evidence to prove it. Whatever he has on George, if he is afraid to report on it, I will. Give it to me. You can't make this up. It might be one of the things that cause Candace to slow down before her ass gets hemmed up in a court of law. I still think Erica Kirk should sue him and her. Sue him too. Sue George as well, because he stood back, he was complacent, and he let all this happen. He was complicit. He did not care. He was standing behind that damn camera. And her staff. Get all of them. Oh my God. Y'all listen. Candace got to be scared of this boy.
automatically bad guy. Like X said famously, it's better to be light than be right. So if I came on here dissing Erica, oh, this nigga cooking.
Yeah.
Bro, just because I'm not cooking what the you want to eat don't mean I stop making a dish.
And
bro,
yeah.
I like that shit to cook, bro.
Cooking. Hey,
So it's
this is why.
They said he
this
cooking
is
now.
why
Now he
we
cooking
have this
again.
platform,
Oh,
right?
man.
Because I was going in on Erica only because there's a lot of questions, and I connect the dots because with the Fort Huachuca and all that stuff, her mom owning that company E3 Tech Group for EMPs, it's weird.
Her being a model, I mean, all this stuff.
It's not-
No, I didn't
yeah.
speak about it. Her being with Trump from the very beginning, being a
Yeah.
model, all that stuff is worth mentioning. But what that is the people unfortunately got to look inside how the elites get down. These niggas don't marry normal. It's got to be through knowing somebody.
Yeah.
That's just the elites.
Yeah,
We just
that's
so
how they
happen,
move.
people just so happen got to get a peek inside. That's no conspiracy.
Yeah, because we
That's
have
just
a
how above these niggas moving compared to us.
yeah,
It's damn near arranged
we have a
marriages.
peephole of what's going on.
Yeah, they shit move a little different. So it's like, oh, y'all want to,
Wow.
but they ain't got nothing to do.
So yeah, listen, when I say I don't miss, so that's definitely a chance that Boys Club is in the closet. And he basically arranged this whole marriage with Candace. Because, reasons. But Candace, she wasn't like balling like that. You would think that George would have married, something equivalent to what he is in the UK. What would that be? If he's a lord, what would he be? Or what would his wife be? She would have to be up there, like a duchess or something. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he ended up with Candace, unless it was just for a citizenship to get parlor. Y'all, this is crazy. But see, they were relying on Kanye West to come and help them. And he said no. I'm sure he saw how shady it was. As crazy as Kanye is, and just the dumb stuff that come out of his mouth, he is very business savvy. And I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to see that Parler Inc. was a bunch of bullshit and somehow was connected to Blexit so that she could funnel money over there. You can't make this stuff up. All of that in tax documents. Oh my God, y'all. So now we got to look at the tax documents before Blexit was given over to Candace. Because now it makes a lot more sense. That girl hemorrhaged money out of that company. Hemorrhaged. And it was not hers. She got the biggest salary. She just took everything. Get out of that. She just milked it.
What you think it does. That's just how they move.
See him.
That's just their reality. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, the stuff that she does, the way hugging a nigga, holding the back of his head, that shit gonna get you hate. But guess what? I can find you 14 different videos of while Charlie was alive, Erica going for the back of the head. So I'm like, okay, that's how
So
she
let's
does.
not be hypocritical about it.
So it's stuff like that where I have to remain and stay critical. And I can't fault anyone.
Thank you. There's no reason to sit here and panic over her grabbing the back of somebody's head if she hugs like that all the time. Certain things are just innate. Why should she have to change who she is because you got dumbass cult members that don't like it? If she just kind of hugs like that, it's not to be offensive. It's not to say, oh, they must got something going on. It's so stupid. All the things that her cult base have said is what you would expect from extremists that loathed and hated TPUSA, Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk from the very beginning. They're just gravitating and lifting up Candace because they know she is going to, disparage them. She's going to dog them out. And that's what they want her to do. But the worst part is, they got that ace boom coon. Look, we took back Blexit when it was in the hole by negative 1.72 million. Don't make us sue your ass over this. Because we didn't ask any questions too tough. And I'm wondering if they even went to her at all about this and said, look, aside from her having to get the hell on and they fired her behind, I mean, I would have tried to recover some of that money. She did nothing. She ran it in the ground in 3 years. Charlie Kirk had to get rid of her bum ass.
Fun to ask questions, especially if you don't have information.
Definitely.
I was asking for questions. I'm not even talking like this until I got close to Turning Point. So I would have been asking questions. It's just that I got a little bit more clarity that I somewhat.
So you have the inner workings and have a little bit more insight.
And I could be completely wrong, bro. This is the real world. They could be feeding me propaganda. To push that shit here to make people believe it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, from the information I got, I believe it more than what's being presented online.
Shout out to the brother Dom McCray. Shout out to him, man. Matter of fact, real quick, make sure you check out his.
Man,
he be cooking over there. You know what? He got a subscriber for me for sure. I like how he approached that.
Yes.
And again, I like the fact he's thinking critically because a lot of these people have outsourced their critical thinking to Candace. Candace does my thinking for me. She tells me how I should feel. Like that's how their approach is. And I like the way Dom handled it. Let me know what you think about it. Comment down below if you did like this, if you agree with him. If you disagree, let me know. All that kind of good stuff. I really appreciate it. Grace and peace.
That was so good. Oh, that was so good. Oh, man. It's so refreshing to know that there's someone that worked with her at TPUSA and around Erica Kirk that can give the real deal. And it's like, you know what? F her and her cult base. She being completely disingenuous. Oh my God. Oh, that was so good. I'm glad he said that. That's probably why he getting all them dumbass comments. Listen, Dom LeCrae, don't worry about the candy ass cult members. She's not studying them. They have to come into my chat and leave comments just hoping that their, cult leader will pay them some attention. Otherwise, she's not stunning. She won't even take photos. And she's got the nerve to be cocky and arrogant and stuck up and snooty booty. You can't make this up. That's something else. Oh, that was so good. That was so good, y'all. Okay, it's going on 12:30. Let's end this out with some Ami. All right? We're going to end this out with some laughter here. Oh, my goodness. This is a video he did because we got some other videos. Since I'm not tuning into her series on Erica Kirk. I'm just not gonna do it. So I have some other videos that I wanted to get to, and as you all can see, there are several over here, some of which you guys may have already recommended. The Brad Palumbo. Oh, he flat out called her an evil bitch. He said this bitch is evil. Then there's Matt Walsh, Glenn Beck. This video is from Storybox. And Straight Out of Context is doing a Bride of Erica. What is this? Okay, so she's basically gonna do something similar. A lot of people want to start doing some sort of series on Candace. And then the body language guy. So y'all can see it's a few videos I wanted to get through, but for the sake of brevity, we're gonna check out Ami and then in and out on a positive laughing note. Y'all, this is absolutely insane. I am so glad he spoke up. I have been calling it. I never heard of him. I have been calling it for the last 3-4 months. Thank you, Jesus, for confirmation. So now it's so many people saying the same thing. This is awesome. Let's see. Let's get some comments saying, oh, wait a minute. I do have some super. Okay. Melinda gifted 5 LLC memberships. Thank you so much, Melinda. I appreciate your support. Y'all, proceeds from Cash Apps will go towards my lunch tomorrow. I'm still in the mood for seafood. If you've been watching my videos on Marion, Lorian, and Umar, you know why. Long shark. All right. Thank y'all so much for your support here. Let's see. Don't Stop said Candy's dad worked security at Candy's Hook School. At Sandy Hook School. Yep, I heard that. Yep. God, and she doesn't talk about any of this. Is she embarrassed because he worked at a school? Yeah, if she doesn't even sit down and try to connect with her supporters, I wouldn't put it past her ass to sit here and be bougie when it comes to her parents. It's like now they just not good enough for her, I guess. Can't make this up. Diane says, has Candace ever talked against Oprah Winfrey? No, I've never heard anything like that. LLC, we need to see Candace Owens pick as a model. Oh man. Okay, let me see if I can pull that up. Cause hold on. What was the name of the magazine? One more time. Y'all, this medicine kicking in. I was having a allergic reaction of some sort. Explore talent. What am I gonna see if I put in here? If I don't see no kids in that, ain't y'all? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up first before I share my screen on that. I'm gonna just put in her name. So hold on 1 second. It's asking me to verify something. That ain't her. Y'all, this is a whole nother person. I don't want to put this person up because she look like a kid. That is not her. That is so not her. Y'all, somebody trolling. It's exploretalent.com. I don't what the heck? Y'all, this is not Candace. What is he talking about? I need her link. What's her link? Unless she had a makeover or something. This is not Candace at all. Y'all. That is not Candace Owens. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, he said, no, not that. What's it? What is it? Let me put it back. Explore Yeah, this is Explore Talent. Oh, Lord have mercy. Is there another name? Oh my God. Y'all, let me get this off of her. I don't need nobody trying to go after this poor girl. Y'all, this is nuts. Let me put it over here right quick. Well, we could I'll pull it up tomorrow. I think you all enjoy this one as well about this red pill black. Let's see here. Somebody sent this to me to watch. What is this talking about? I don't have Facebook either. So I don't know who this is. Do y'all know this guy? Red pill black. Did he work with her with that? Y'all let me know. When do you guys sent this to me? Lord have mercy. This is Joel Patrick. Who is he? Okay, we'll check out the photo tomorrow because I do want to get to Ami as well. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I don't pulled up that poor girl. Please don't bother that girl. And I'm talking to the candy ass cult members because they love to dox people. The evil demons. Can't make this up. Okay, one of y'all sent this to me to watch. Right quick. It's not that long. Can y'all hear? Okay, hold on.
A person. I know this from personal experiences with her. Candace also owes me money. Speaking of which, she owes me reimbursement for when I brought Brandon Tatum and several other people to Blexit. They were supposed to pay for my hotel. They promised me they would pay for my hotel. They did not pay for my hotel. And you're like, well, what do you care? You got money now. That's fine. I didn't have money then. Would have been nice though. I made posts for Blexit. I was in the founding meeting for Blexit. I was never recognized for my work on Blexit. But you know what? It is what it is. We're also going to just ignore the fact that Candace tried to poach donors from TPUSA to donate to Blexit, even though Blexit was objectively a failure since there was no measurable increase in Black voters that could be tied directly to Blexit. And it was in direct competition with the president's actual Black Voices for Trump organization.
Oh my God.
Candace's career began at Turning Point, but prior.
So what was she supposed to be doing? I thought she was supposed to be getting Black voters to go and vote for a conservative president. What was the point? Y'all have no sound? Hold on. So y'all have no sound? Can y'all hear or no? Were y'all able to hear anything? It keeps going on mute.
Moderate leftist.
Can y'all hear
and
this?
she had some situation with Social Autopsy, which was like a doxing website. Excuse me. The left canceled her for the doxing website, and she came over to the right. Her first job.
Start over.
Candace is extremely angry and vindictive as a person. I know this from personal experiences with her. Candace also owes me money. Speaking of which, she owes me reimbursement for when I brought Brandon Tatum and several other people to Blexit. They were supposed to pay for my hotel. They promised me they would pay for my hotel. They did not pay for my hotel. And you're like, well, what do you care? You got money now. That's fine. I didn't have money then. Would have been nice though. I made posts for Blexit. I was in the founding meeting for Blexit. I was never recognized for my work on Blexit. But you know what? It is what it is. We're also going to just ignore the fact that Candace tried to poach donors from TPUSA to donate to Blexit, even though Blexit was objectively a failure since there was no measurable increase in Black voters that could be tied directly to Blexit. And it was in direct competition with the president's actual Black Voices for Trump organization.
What?
Candace's career began at Turning Point, but prior to that, she kind of did social media as like a moderate.
Yeah, okay, so you have Candace with this Blexit thing actually behaving as competition against TPUSA and that Black Voters organization. alliance? Why was she trying to poach donors away from TPUSA if Charlie Kirk had it 5 years before she got it? Why would she try to pull away the donors to Blexit away from TPUSA? This is what happens when you let a dumb, evil demon take over a whole company. Charlie Kirk spoiled the hell out of her for no reason. He spoiled that girl. I don't know if anybody else would have been able to do that and get away with it. So he gives her Blexit. And then she tries to poach away donors from TPUSA to Blexit. And then she hemorrhages the money and spends it into the ground by negative 1.72 mil. It's in the red. Going on year 3. It's in the red by 1.72 million. And then TPUSA takes it back and acquires it. Now with this huge deficit. And this is after she's tried to be competition for other alliances that where the whole goal is to get, Black voters to go out and consider conservative or Republican leaders. Wasn't that the whole goal? Why is she out here trying to compete with people? She is extraordinarily vindictive. Candace is disgusting.
Situation with social autopsy, which was like a doxing.
Hold on.
Prior to that, she kind of did social media as like a moderate leftist, and she had some situation with social autopsy, which was like a doxing website. Excuse me. The left canceled her for the doxing website, and she came over to the right. Her first job was with Turning Point. She was the communications director until she got fired for making some comments about Hitler and saying what Hitler did in Germany wasn't that bad. She then apologized for those comments, got a job at PragerU, moved to the Daily Wire. I don't know that there was any negative thing with her at PragerU, and then got fired from the Daily Wire. And then she basically was like, everything I ever said about Hitler, I feel that way. Because now she's very much on the anti-Israel, Nazis are good train. But here's something that I want to point out, and I think this is important. Candace took Jewish money at Turning Point. Candace took Jewish money at PragerU. Candace took Jewish money at the Daily Wire. And then after being fired all of a sudden, Jewish money bad.
And if you're angry that I'm criticizing Candace and you're like, Joe, clearly you received your check for $7,000, I would like to reference the fact that I have never received a dime of Jewish money, but your queen, Candace Owens, has received millions, literally millions of Jewish dollars, and now has the audacity to criticize.
If you believed that the people you were working for were evil, why did you take money from them until you no longer had to? And I say had to because she married into money. And I'm not talking like a little bit. Like Google says the family that she married into, the individual she married is worth $150 million.
Also, I find it just generally annoying that Candace talks about the elites all the time, like she's not married to one, and like she herself is not a multimillionaire.
Thank you.
You're married to British royalty, and you want to talk about the elites? You're a millionaire.
She also went online and said that she couldn't afford the lawsuit with the Macrons and that she needed you to buy merch so that she could afford the lawsuit. That is BS. She's never going to have to work again. And I find it extremely disingenuous that every single video.
I'm so glad he said that. How do you sit here and talk about you're going to be bankrupt? You don't have a job. And even if you take a sizable hit, it's still more than the average person. If you still walk away with at least $50 million to your name, you still have more than the average person. I would love to be able to live off of $50 million damn dollars. Are you kidding? That is insane. She always plays the victim. I'm telling you all, she does this as a public relation. Like she said, this is all a PR stunt. It's a hoax. Half the stuff she lies about with no evidence. Until I see evidence, she's a liar. I'm still waiting for her to prove that the French tried to assassinate her. Where is that evidence at? The payment transactions to Club de Sang. Where is that stuff at? Oh, she full of crap.
is monetized. If you really believe something,
I'm gonna go back.
Video that she's posting about Charlie and Turning Point is monetized. If you really believe something, you don't need to be paid to say it. I'm not going to say most conservatives are grifters. Some are. Some are most definitely grifters. If your views can be changed for an amount of money, you're a grifter. I find it extremely disingenuous for someone who has made money off of a particular group of people and made a lot of money, and I mean millions of dollars, to suddenly decide that group of people is evil and anyone associated with that group of people is evil. If you hate Jewish people, then you probably should not have worked for and taken money from them for the entirety of your career until you found another income stream that you no longer needed their assistance. And if you think that Candace's rise was organic, I can tell you that it wasn't.
It wasn't. Nope.
She was put on by Turning Point. She was put on by PragerU, and she was certainly put on by the Daily Wire. She was put on by Kanye West. Very few people would remain obscure after being thrust into the spotlight from someone with the reach of Kanye. Also, Candace would swear up and down that Kanye is completely normal and sane. I've met Kanye. He's a nutcase.
Yep.
He's literally insane. And for people who are like, well, you don't understand. I'm telling you, don't understand what extensive drug use and paranoia will do to a person. There's a ton of famous people that if you met them and you hung out with them when there wasn't other people around, you're like,
man, this is
that person's insane. That person's a nutcase. I don't think Candace is insane. I think she's a narcissist. I think she's vindictive, and I think she's angry. And I think she doesn't have a proper channel for her anger. I also think she also, although she accuses Erica of not grieving properly, I don't believe she grieved properly. I believe it was extremely unsettling to see someone die doing something that you have done with them multiple times. As somebody who's gone to college campuses, I used to travel to college campuses with Caitlin Bennett. I am extremely grateful for my opportunities and my time that I had to have met Charlie. And I obviously want to know who killed him. And I obviously want to see them brought to justice, as do all of his closest friends. And I feel like people who never met him, didn't have a relationship with him, do not get the right to just tell people you don't want to know the truth. Of course we want to know the truth. Are you insane? Sometimes it frustrates me how absolutely insane people on my side of the aisle can be. I remember watching people who genuinely believed that if you ever criticize anything that Trump did, you were no longer conservative. Even though, let's be completely honest, Trump's not conservative. Trump's a Republican, but he's not conservative, not in his personal life anyways. He may be conservative in some policy, but he himself is not a conservative. Many influencers that I've seen that now are like adamant about their anti-Israel sentiment, they're also being paid. They're being paid by Qatar. If you're being paid to espouse a viewpoint that you didn't truly hold a year ago, 2 years ago, you're disingenuous. If you think that it is reasonable for Charlie to have been killed by Israel for abandoning the pro-Israel cause, which there are documents saying he was questioning it, there is no evidence that he abandoned the pro-Israel cause. Why is Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes and all the people who are directly critical of Israel still alive?
Right.
It doesn't make sense to murder somebody who's on the fence, but allow people who are literally just firing bazookas at the pro-Israel cause to be fine. This was not a very well thought through argument. If you want to argue with me in the comments, go ahead. I'll be on here for the first, hour or so.
Oh my God, this is so good. Oh man. What is his name? Joel Patrick. Oh my dear Lord. I don't have Facebook. Let me tell you something. Here's another one I wouldn't mind interviewing. Awesome. I love it when people just tell the flat out truth. Tell the truth. Oh my God. Boy, Candace, you done pissed off way too many people, girl. Shout out to Joel Patrick and Dom Luker. Oh, child. So good. He is on X. Okay, cool. I'm going to find him on X tomorrow, y'all. This is awesome, man. We had a great live. I'm so glad that Dom Luker came out and spoke out the way he did. And I don't know if you all noticed, he put that boy in check when he was talking about how Candace got a death threat and all of that. He was like, yeah, okay. But then, when she gets this fictitious death threat, she goes to Dollywood. So what you talking about? it kind of nullifies anything else because why didn't she report it? Once again, why didn't she report it? We have no idea who this person is, no information on that. Why didn't she file a complaint? You would think the FBI would have been investigating that. If they're not investigating it, more than likely it's because either you didn't file the complaint, or if you did, there was no sufficient evidence to move it forward. This is so crazy. Y'all. Woo, child. Now that we've all learned how hard Candace goes out her way to pimp people out of money and stuff. Oh my God. Such an eye-opener. Let's get to Ami. Y'all, this is Candace going out to eat with Candace Owens. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit that like button. Let's get to it.
And welcome to Casa Bellissima. Are you ready to order?
Okay, I think we'll start with the appetizers.
Scusi?
What? I just wanted to know, how is the prosciutto?
Scusi, the what?
The prosciutto.
The prosciutto? We say prosciutto.
Okay.
It's very, very good.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm just trying to compartmentalize all the different dishes.
Take your time.
I don't know. Something doesn't feel right.
Why not?
Doesn't feel right. For the mains, can we get the lasagna?
The what?
I just want to try that. The lasagna.
Oh, the lasagna. Okay, sure.
And the carbonara.
The carbonara.
Is that carbohydrates, the carbonara? Is it carbs? Is that what that is?
It's very good.
Is the carbonara?
Carbonara.
Right. I don't know. We'll see.
Would you like more time with the menu to decide?
What about the spaghetti Milanis?
The what?
The spaghetti Milanis?
The spaghetti Milanese.
Milanis? Is that like Melania?
No.
You guys. I think we're stupid.
Oh God.
Anything else?
What about the margarita? The pizza, the margarita?
Margarita.
I don't know. Also, I couldn't help but notice the lights were flickering when we came in.
Okay.
Is Charlie here? Or
who?
Is Charlie here?
Who is that?
I just noticed that. I just noticed the lights were flickering. And
okay, maybe we're gonna change the bulb.
Let's find that interesting.
Huh?
Let's find that interesting. Okay, and what about the risotto titto?
Scusi? What?
The risotto titto?
What are you saying?
Or the risotto titto?
The risotto.
Titio?
Risotto.
It's rice and it's cream and it's just stirred up. I don't know. Why would you stir it up? Why would you serve rice like that? I don't know why you would serve rice like that. I don't know why you would do that. Why don't you just steam the rice and serve it? You put in cream and all these other things in it.
So no risotto.
Just doesn't feel right. And it says the caprese comes with bruschetta. Is that like bruschetta? Like Brigitte?
The bruschetta.
Like Brigitte Macron?
Bruschetta, it's like a toast.
And it's supposed to be like bread, but it's actually something else. It's not what it's saying it is, the bruschetta. The Brigitte is not saying what it is.
Questa donna.
Okay. You guys.
Candace, please.
What?
Why don't we just leave? We'll go home. You'll make me a sandwich.
Okay, I will.
Oh,
You make me a
ciao, you are
sandwich?
very handsome. Oh, well, thank you so much.
What's happening?
Would you like to join on my table?
What's happening?
I would absolutely love that. Come, I will introduce you to some of my friends. Oh, I look forward to that.
You guys.
And just go home, darling, okay? Do a live stream or something.
Can we stop?
I'll send for the car.
Gorge.
My goodness, it's George.
I didn't know that.
Of course you didn't. We barely know each other. It's George. She don't know how to speak. Oh, I know. It's embarrassing.
Where are you going? All right, you guys, today on the show.
Oh, good God. Y'all, do you realize I have not caught my breath in 15 seconds? I'm about to pass out. Oh, dear Lord, Ami, you a genius.
Ciao, and welcome
This
to Casa
was
Bellissima.
so good.
You guys.
Oh, the part where they flirting, y'all.
A toast.
And it's supposed to be like bread, but it's actually something else. It's not what it's saying it is, the bruschetta. The Brigitte is not saying what it is.
Questa donna.
Okay. You guys.
Candace, please.
What?
Why don't we just leave? We'll go home. You'll make me a sandwich.
Okay, I will.
Oh, ciao. You are very handsome. Oh, well, thank you so much.
What's happening?
Would you like to join on my table?
What's happening?
I would absolutely love that. Come, I will introduce you to some of my friends. Oh, I look forward to that.
You guys.
And just go home, darling, okay? Do a live stream or something.
Can we stop?
I'll send for the car.
Gorge.
My goodness, it's George.
I didn't know that.
Of course you didn't. We barely know each other. It's George. She don't know how to speak. Oh, I know. It's embarrassing.
Where are you going? All right, you guys.
He said George. He says George. Oh, this is epic, y'all. I have to save this one to tomorrow. Oh my God, this was awesome. Ah. Man, she just went in there and butchered that whole menu. Don't my God, you do very handsome. You too. Of course you don't. We barely know each other. Oh my God. I love how he played on that. It's George hooking up with the damn waiter. They left her ass sitting there talking about how you go home and make me a sandwich. Oh, I can't stop laughing. Oh my God, if y'all only knew, I'm literally like trying to position myself more comfortable because this, oh, my stomach hurt. Oh my God. Who child, y'all? All right, cool. That's it for today. I got to get to bed, you all. We're going on 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. Y'all, please make sure you post up these videos. Let's spread the word. 50,000 supporters by March 31st. Birthday gift to the Lady Luck Club. It will be fantastic. And I want to thank all of you all for subscribing and hitting that like button and supporting me, leaving comments, hype the videos, hype the lives, all of that. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I want this channel to grow, and I am so excited about all the great things that God has in store. So thank you all so much for everything. We will be back again tomorrow. Tuesday, Albert Lanier will be with us on Tuesday. We're talking about Candace and Scientology and Umar and Marianne Laurent. It's gonna be something else. So if you guys can't tune in, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the announcement is already there. And I'm going to be reaching out to Dom Luker to try to get an interview with him because I want it. Thank y'all so much, you all. And I will be back again tomorrow. We'll also be checking out, hopefully, if I can get to it, the new episodes for Polite. So, we're looking at cult leaders from various angles here. All right. Thank y'all so much. Man, the laugh. I'm going to keep laughing at this when I'm done. But until the next one, you guys be good. Have a great night. The Queen of YouTube. We'll see you in the next one. Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.